Rafael Devers has been traded to the San Francisco Giants. The Red Sox have won 5 in a row. They're right in the mix for a playoff spot. So to see him go, I mean, this is a blockbuster in June. And in order to acquire Devers from the Red Sox, the Giants gave up 4 players. They gave up Jordan Hicks, Kyle Harrison, one of their former top prospects. He hasn't panned out too well at the major league level yet, but he's still very young. They also gave up James Tibbs, who was their first-round draft pick in 2024, as well as Jose Bello, who is a 20-year-old right-handed pitcher. So you guys got to let me know in the comments what you think about this move. Do you think the Giants fleeced the Red Sox? For me, I don't really know. When you have young players like Harrison and Tibbs involved in the deal, it might be a while before we really know who won the trade. But what we do know right now is that the Giants lineup improves by a lot with the addition of Rafael Devers. And we know that the Giants will be taking on all of Rafael Devers' contract, and he's making over $30 million a year for the next decade. But today, I am going to rebuild the Giants in MLB The Show 25, and I'm giving myself a goal to win the World Series within 5 seasons. But before we start talking about the rosters, the budgets, the prospects, we got to see Devers in action. And what better way to see Devers on the Giants than to see him go up against his former squad? That's right, this weekend, Rafael Devers will be taking on the Red Sox in the Bay Area. So it's not his Giants debut, but this is a pretty awesome showdown. That was ugly. By the way, I'll be live on playback.tv/Cougs46 this week to watch some MLB games, and you can bet I'll be checking out some of Devers' ABs. Make sure to follow my playback room, connect your MLB TV account to your playback account, and you can watch these games with me as I'm live streaming. Well, maybe the second at-bat will be better. Maybe not. Oh my God. Devers is getting carved up. Third time's the charm. Trust. You know what? He put it in play, and now he'll get one more chance in the bottom of the ninth. It has not been a good game against his former team. Yep, not a great game against the Red Sox. But now let's talk about this roster a little bit and see what we've got. Obviously, this lineup is now going to be led by Rafael Devers, but they also have Matt Chapman, Willy Adames, they have Ramos, Jung-Hoo Lee is also very solid. And as far as the rotation, it's led by their ace, Logan Webb. There's also Robbie Ray, Hayden Birdsong. In the bullpen, they have Ryan Walker, they have Camilo Doval, Tyler Rogers, Randy Rodriguez, who's pretty good. And as far as the budget, I mean, there's a lot of players that are getting paid a lot of money. Obviously, now you add Devers into that mix, but don't forget they gave Willy Adames that big contract in the offseason. Matt Chapman got a big contract. Jung-Hoo Lee is making just under $20 million a year for the next 5 seasons. Logan Webb is making $18 million a year for the next 4 seasons. So there's already quite a bit of money tied up to some of these players' salaries, but the nice thing is that a chunk of that will be going away after this 2025 season. We have this 1-year deal for Justin Verlander for $15 million. Yastrzemski is on his final year. He's making about $10 million. And honestly, I probably won't bring him back. I mean, he's not terrible, but he's 34 years old for a corner outfielder. I just don't really think I'm going to pay him. But also, Tyler Rogers is set to be a free agent. Wilmer Flores. So with those contracts coming off the books, I'll at least have some money to play with in free agency. I probably won't be able to do any mega signings, but I should be able to add pieces where I need. And hopefully I can turn some of these expiring contracts into some decent returns at the trade deadline. And Robbie Ray should be able to get me something nice at the deadline. I do think I am going to trade Robbie Ray. He's 33 years old. He's getting paid $23 million this year and $23 million next year, but he currently has a 3.51 ERA in 84 innings. Assuming he keeps that up for another month and a half, I should be able to get something back for him. But then if we go to our prospect list, our number 1 prospect is Bryce Eldridge. This guy is 20 years old, and he's a 6'7" left-handed first baseman. This guy could turn out to be a very good player for me. We also have Jacob Bresnahan. He is a 19-year-old lefty pitcher, as well as Dakota Jordan. He's a 21-year-old outfielder. We got some other pitchers too. Will Bednar, Ryan Murphy, Jack Choate. But I'll be honest, I'm not really looking at any of these prospects as being major players in this rebuild, because if we just go back to the budget screen, a lot of these key players are going to be here for multiple years. I have a very good window with this core, so if I need to trade some of these prospects, I'm more than happy to do that. I probably won't trade Bryce Eldridge just because I want to see what I have out of this dude. I feel like he could be sick. But I mean, Jacob Bresnahan is in the top 100, as well as I think Dakota Jordan. Yeah, he's number 88. I don't mind moving those guys. I'm not attached to any of these prospects. Like I said, I'll be a little bit more conservative with Eldridge, but if I can get some decent returns for some of these players that can help me out like now, I'm probably going to take it. So with all that being said, I think we should go ahead and get to the draft and see what I can find. Just a quick heads up, as always, that if you're heading to any baseball games, use code Cougs on SeatGeek to save $20 on your tickets. And if you like fantasy sports, try out Underdog. You can do daily fantasy drafts against other real people, or you can do pick'em entries where you just pick higher or lower based off Underdog's projections for players on that day. And if you sign up with code Cougs, you can get a free pick to add to your first entry, and always play responsibly. All right, so here in the draft, let me show you a few of the prospects that I am taking a look at. Joe Lara, he's not fully scouted, but I mean, he's gonna throw hard, he's gonna have good break, high stamina, high hits per nine. This guy could be a really good pitcher. Another pitcher that I like is Bertram Wilkerson. Once again, not fully scouted, but he has up to 98 velo. As far as position players, we've got Ryan Chavez, a first baseman, 18 years old, really good contact. Henry Ortiz is a guy I should have scouted more. Those are just a few of the guys. I do have the 13th overall pick, so let's get this draft started and see if any of my players get taken. Number 1 to the Nationals is going to be Brian Bond. He actually wasn't the pitcher that I was most excited about, so I'm okay with missing out on that. Number 2, Victor Gonzalez. And the 3rd overall pick, I believe, to the Mariners, right? Yeah, Charles Borowitz. So now if we sim to my next pick, all right, so I've got some options right here. I've got Ryan Chavez, who I feel like could be good. I have Bertram Wilkerson. I have Joe Lara. Oh man, who do I go with here? Both of these pitchers are 50% scouted. I like both of them. I feel like some of these hitters might be available in my next pick. Let's go with Joe. The fact that he throws hard and he has good break, I'm gonna go ahead and take him as my first round pick, Joe Lara. And now for my next pick, all of those other guys were taken, so I mean, let's go ahead and take a chance on Henry Ortiz right here. Hopefully some of those hitting numbers pan out well. For my next pick, I'm gonna go with Leonardo Moreno, and then next up I'm gonna go with Domingo Marquez, and then for my final pick I'm gonna go with Bryant Venable, another pitcher. So hopefully those draft picks turn out well, but now I'm gonna go ahead and get to the deadline. Ooh, the Brewers made a trade. They got Emmanuel Clase. Now my first move at the deadline is gonna be getting rid of Robbie Ray. I'm gonna get rid of him, and I'm gonna trade Dakota Jordan. Remember, he was one of the top 100 prospects that I currently have. And I'm going to be trading them to the Mets to pick up Brandon Sproat and Jose Budo. Jose Budo literally hasn't even pitched for them at the major league level this year, and he's been really good in AAA. He's a reliever that I'll have control on for, what is that, 7 seasons? And Brandon Sproat is one of the best prospects in the Mets system. I think he might be a top like 30 prospect in baseball. And right now, the Mets rotation has a few guys that have, over a 4 ERA that haven't been doing that well. Robbie Ray is having a good year, plus they'll have another year of control over him. And right now, they are leading the NL East. This helps me shed some salary. I get a pitching prospect after losing Kyle Harrison. That could be really helpful. And I get a reliever with a lot of control. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and make that deal. And for the next trade, I'm going to go ahead and send Mike Yastrzemski over to the Mariners. I'm also going to give them a 3rd base prospect and a pitcher. And I'm going to get Emerson Hancock in return. 25-year-old pitcher, a lot of control left, and is actually having a really good year. I think he's coming out of the bullpen. Yeah, he hasn't started any games. Plus, we know the Mariners have pitching depth for days. According to their trade block, they need a right fielder. So I'm going to go ahead and make that move. Welcome to the Giants, Emerson Hancock. And my final trade of the deadline has a couple goals. Number 1, it's to get something in return for Justin Verlander. He hasn't been horrendous, but he hasn't been good. So that's why I'm going to pair him with Wilmer Flores, who has had a pretty decent year, 20 doubles, 13 homers at the deadline. And I'm going to go ahead and send them over to the Rangers. I'm going to get Robert Garcia, who's been really good in the bullpen for them. I'm going to get Josh Spores, who literally hasn't even pitched at the major league level. He's doing nothing for them this year, and he's got really good numbers at AAA. And both of those pitchers have a few years of control. And if we just look at this Rangers bullpen, they've got a lot of guys that are pitching extremely well. They get some offense. Yeah, they're taking on the Justin Verlander contract for the second half of the year, but oh well. I get some pitchers. We do a prospect swap. I'm going to go ahead and make that trade. And since I got a bunch of relievers, I'm just going to go ahead and trade Tyler Rogers as well. I'm going to get Josh Palacios from the White Sox. He's not even on the major league roster right now. He's doing pretty well in AAA though. And since I traded Yastrzemski, I could use another corner outfield bat. So I'm going to go ahead and make that move too. Okay, so now that the trade deadline is over, we can see this is what our draft looked like. I did get an 88 potential guy in Domingo Marquez later on in the draft in my 4th round, but Joe Lara did not turn out to be as good as I was hoping. Henry Ortiz, I mean, he's got good hitting numbers, but his potential's only 76. Yeah, not the best first draft. Kevin Springer. Ooh, I did have this guy on my board. He's a 96 or potential of 96. A couple good guys there for the Blue Jays. Who is like the best though? Tommy Webb, 94 potential. Damn. 93 potential, Charles Borowitz. Oh, Bertram Wilkerson, man. It was either him or Joe Lara, and I picked wrong. Damn, the Phillies got 4 guys who have high potential. Brian Bond, the #1 pick. He actually turned out to be really good. Brewers had a pretty good draft as well. Lou Franco at the top there. Yeah, not my best draft, but it is what it is. So after all of the moves, our top prospect list changed a little bit. Brandon Sproat and Cameron Cawley are both in our top 4 prospects. Bryce Eldridge is number 14 on the top 100. Jacob Bresnahan is number 68. And Brandon Sproat is number 77. And I have actually called him up to the big leagues. I mean, he's already 24 years old. I think it's time he starts pitching in the majors. And we have Emerson Hancock at the bottom of the rotation now. We have Josh Palacios for the lineup now. I am probably going to call up Bryce Eldridge at the start of the next season. But from here, I think we just go ahead and finish out the year. So the regular season has come to a close. We finished 18 games under 500. That's fine. I think some of the guys that I picked up will end up helping me out in the long run. I wasn't necessarily trying to win it all this year. Taking a look at some of our stars here, Logan Webb had a 3.61 ERA with a 1.36 whip, so he actually has been doing a little bit worse year over year. Rafael Devers finished the season with 36 homers and 39 doubles, giving him an 8.54 OPS. In 10 starts, Brandon Sproat had a 4.83 ERA, but that's fine. Emerson Hancock has a 4.17 ERA. This season, Willie Adames had a 742 OPS, only 11 home runs. Willie, what the hell? Jung-Hoo Lee had a solid year, 15 homers, 30 doubles. So even though we didn't make the playoffs, I'm not really worried. I like my prospects. I like the core of this team still, but it's time to get to the offseason and see how I can tweak this team even more. And the Yankees win the 2025 World Series over the Brewers. Ketel Marte wins NL MVP with Aaron Judge winning it in the AL. AL Cy Young is Garrett Crochet with Zach Wheeler getting it in the NL. And NL Rookie of the Year is Roki Sasaki with the AL going to Jacob Wilson. Now, I'm gonna keep it real, man. There are not a lot of free agents in this class that I am all that excited about. Obviously, Kyle Tucker is elite, but I'm not trying to add another huge contract. Looking at our depth chart, the bullpen is pretty solid. Could always add another pitcher, but I kind of don't mind the 5 that I have. Bryce Eldridge is going to be at first base, so I could use like a corner outfielder, or technically Bryce Eldridge can play in the outfield, so maybe I could look at a first baseman, which is why for like a second I was thinking about maybe Josh Naylor. He had 22 homers last season with an 834 OPS. He's only asking for 5 years, about 16 mil a year. I mean, that's definitely doable for me if I wanted to. And as far as like corner outfield options, you've got Schwarber and Ozuna. Both of those guys are mainly DHs though, so I would have to either deal with terrible defense or put them at DH. But then where does Devers go? And then the other options in right field aren't all that great either. So yeah, I'm not really sure what I want to do yet. Eugenio Suarez just signed with the Cubs. Bo Bichette got a 6-year deal with the Cardinals. So some moves are being made. The Rockies are apparently trying to sign Kyle Tucker. Yeah, you guys go ahead, man. Josh Naylor on our big board is rumored to be close to signing. Rumored teams are not known. Another organization has already made a competitive offer to this top 25 free agent. Do I really want Josh Naylor? I mean, I've got the money to do it. I can put Bryce Eldridge in right field. Plus, I mean, I could technically sign him for less than what I'm giving Jung-Hoo Lee. I'm gonna go 5 years, 18 mil a year. I'm gonna see what happens. Let's see if Josh Naylor is interested. Contract decision incoming. Oh, they're really making me wait for it, dude. They're making me wait for it. Contract. Josh Naylor is signed with the Giants. I'm fine with that, man. I think that does help my team right now. And there's the Kyle Tucker signing. He heads to the Texas Rangers. All right, so check it out, man. Year 2 is about to begin. We have Bryce Eldridge at the major league level in right field. I have Josh Naylor over at first. We have the exact same rotation as last year with Logan Webb at the top. Brandon Sproat and Emerson Hancock are going to get more innings this year. And the prospect list has kind of changed a little bit. I don't know how Domingo Marquez and Joe Lara have passed Bryce Eldridge or even Jacob Bresnahan, but they are up there now. Cameron Cawley is 8, Henry Ortiz is 7, and now Domingo Marquez is the number 10 prospect in all of baseball. That's crazy. Joe Lara's 21, Bryce Eldridge is 35. Who else do we have? Oh, that's actually probably it in the top 100. Hey, but that's 3 top 50 prospects. Well, let's get year 2 going. Before we get simulating, though, let's see Josh Naylor and Bryce Eldridge on opening day. That's caught. Naylor put a good swing on it, though. But now it's Bryce Eldridge. Look at him, dude. 6'7". What a beast up there at the plate. And that's going to be a double for him. It should be a double, right? Yeah, he should be in there all day. Let's go, Eldridge. I want to watch Devers again, bro. I need to see him actually do something. Okay, dude, maybe that first season when I watched was just cursed because that ball was smoked over in right field. Come on, Naylor. Drive both of these guys in. Oh my God, again. He's hitting the ball well. And the Giants could not bring those guys in. Maybe Bryce Eldridge could do something, though. He's going to the same part of the field as before, but he didn't get all of that. Giants are down 2 now. Eldridge up. He is the tying run. Ah, man. That was a good pitch. And unfortunately, the Cardinals win opening day. And now as I'm making my way to the draft, I see this trade. Bryson Stott to the Braves. The Braves gave up Grant Holmes. But now it is draft time. So a couple of the players I like. Billy Reyes looks really good. He's ranked 4th on my board, but he's not even ranked on the normal MLB big board. So I could probably hold off on taking him. Travis Fuqua looks really nice with that high contact 60s power in right field. Drew Wood looks like a pretty well-balanced pitcher. This pitcher, nothing about his attributes really get me excited, but I do like his name. His name's Aloy. I'm a big fan of the Horizon games, so I just felt like I'd mention him. Then we have Enrique Burgos, another high contact outfielder. Francisco Salinas in right field looks like he is going to crush the ball. And then I have Tony Friedenberg, who is a 6'4" lefty that throws gas. And I got the 6th overall pick in the draft lottery, so I'm feeling pretty good about where I am. First overall pick for the Angels is going to Drew Wood. Okay, so one of the pitchers that I looked at. Second overall pick comes from the Guardians. They're going Ryan Gilly. This guy was like 1-1 on the draft board. He just looks like an insanely good hitter. I figured he would go 1 or 2, so I didn't even really scout him. I didn't really feel like I needed to. And then the third pick is Matt Kokol for the Rockies. I actually didn't really look at this guy. But now it is my pick. Francisco Salinas did get drafted by the Pirates. So I have, you know, kind of pick of the litter here. Billy Reyes is technically my highest ranked guy, but he's not ranked on the draft ranks across all of MLB, so I might be able to wait on him. I maybe go with a guy like Travis Fuqua. I feel like he looks really good. I'm just going to go with Travis Fuqua. I think he is going to be my first round pick. And now let's see who's available the next time I'm up. Yep, Billy Reyes is available. And I think I gotta grab him now. I know he's not ranked, but I mean, the only reason I have this guy on here is because I like his name. So we're going Billy Reyes. He's my second pick. And now for my third pick, Aloy is gone. Let me see who I have here. I'll go ahead and grab Luis Herrera. My next pick, I'll go with another pitcher. I'm gonna go with Daryl Roche. I don't know, but he's got up to 99 break. It's the 4th round. I'm just kind of taking guys who I have somewhat scouted. Same thing here in round 5. I'm going to take Harold Griffin. Definitely going a little bit pitcher heavy on this draft, but I don't care. Then do I have another pick? I do have another pick. I've taken a lot of pitchers. I feel like I can go ahead and take a chance on a hitter. I think I'll just go with that outfielder, Ken Pierce. high contact, only 10% scouted, so you can't really put too much into that, but we'll take him. I think that's probably it, right? Yeah. Okay, so that's my draft. But now it's trade deadline time. We're currently second in the division. Great record, though. 63 wins. We should be well in a wild card spot. Yeah, we have the first wild card by a lot. Checking in on the lineup, it looks like a lot of the guys are doing really well. Devers is having a great year. 305 average, 27 bombs. Naylor 304 with 21 homers. Bryce Eldridge only hitting 215 with 10 home runs, but he's still young. Apparently the game just called up Henry Ortiz. I didn't do this manually, so okay, I guess Henry Ortiz is hitting at the major league level now. Looking at the rotation, Logan Webb looks like he's having a better season than last year. Birdsong 365, Landon Roop's pitching well. Brandon Sproat still a pretty high ERA, but Emerson Hancock has a 3.56 ERA, which is nice. I'm just trying to think of what I would really need to do at the deadline right now. I feel like I'm pretty good with where I'm at. I'm trusting the process with Bryce Eldridge. Maybe, I mean, I could pick up maybe like a starter and just kind of bolster this rotation, but I like this rotation. I doubt there's any good enough catchers on the market that I can get that aren't gonna, cost me a lot. How is Joey Lucchesi doing? He's got a 3.02 ERA in 89 innings this year, and he's a free agent next year. That could be a guy I could move. Yeah, I mean, that's like the only, I would say, somewhat notable expiring contract I have. And I have plenty of pitching depth right now, so I'm just gonna, see what offers are out there. And I actually think I have a really fun trade. This probably isn't the most realistic thing ever, but I'll kind of explain my rationale, I guess. The Mariners are currently one game out of that last wild card spot, and they're currently not having a lot of production out of Bryce Miller, so they could kind of use a 5-starter. And as far as their prospects, they only have one pitcher in their top 7. So if I give them Joey Lucchesi, who can maybe help in that 5 spot in their rotation, and I give them one of my top pitching prospects, Jacob Bresnahan, they will give me Harry Ford. And dude, Cal Raleigh is signed for the next 5 seasons. Harry Ford has just now gotten to the big leagues for them. So I'm going to do it, man. I'm going to give him a top pitching prospect as well as the guy that can maybe help them down the stretch get into that playoff spot. I get maybe my catcher of the future. Plus, I have a ton of relief pitching depth already, so Joey Lucchesi is not going to be missed all that much. I'm going to go ahead and get Harry Ford. Oh my god, dude. None of these guys are higher than 90 potential, but dude, this is a really good draft. Travis Fuqua turned out to be a really solid first-round pick. Billy Reyes, I knew he was going to be good, and I knew I could wait on him. Luis Herrera, I mean, I don't even really remember drafting this guy. Daryl Rush. Yeah, I mean, these two are just pure luck. 4 really good draft picks, man. Let's go. I know I've drafted guys with over 90 potential before, but I don't think I've had this many blues in one draft. Let's see who the best players were. You got Dwight Lawrence, a catcher for the Red Sox now. Oh my god, it's Aloy. Dude, Aloy might have been the best one. I could have taken Aloy. Damn it. Oh my god, Freddie Hanks is a 97 overall. And did they just not sign any of their other guys because they wanted to make sure they paid Freddie? The Twins are playing with fire, dude. Dude, the Astros got a 94 potential catcher with like one of their last picks. That's right. The Angels got Drew Wood, and he turned out to be really good. I didn't even have a chance to take him, but he was on my board. Tony Friedenberg. I did have this guy on there as well. Yeah, he turned out to be pretty good. Francesco Salinas was on my board, but the Pirates picked him right before I had a chance to, and it turned out it worked out well for me. Hold on. There's another guy named Aloy. Gotta be somebody in here named Kratos as well. But now, after the deadline, we're only 5 games out of the division. The division is not out of reach. We still have a huge lead in the wild card. And now Harry Ford is in the lineup, joining Josh Naylor, Devers, Bryce Eldridge, Jung-Hoo Lee, Heliot Ramos. Hopefully, Brandon Sproat can have a good second half to bring that ERA down. Let's go get in the postseason, man. So the season has officially come to a close. We finished just 1 game out of winning the division over the Dodgers. We had this first wild card spot on lock, though. As far as awards, Shohei got MVP in the NL, with J-Ram getting it in the AL. Eric Crochet wins his 2nd straight Cy Young, and Shohei wins Cy Young. And Rookie of the Year is Drew Gilbert for the Mets. Bryce Eldridge finished 3rd. And over in the AL, it's Andres Avalos. Camilo Doval did win NL Reliever of the Year. I might actually extend him next season. Taking a look at how everybody did, Tyler Fitzgerald finished with 17 home runs at the top of the lineup. Jung-Hoo Lee hit 22. Rafael Devers, man, 37 homers, 838 OPS, 96 runs batted in. He's doing everything the Giants expected him to do when they made that trade. Ramos hit 21 homers. Josh Naylor in his first season with the Giants, 32 home runs, 851 OPS. Just beautiful stuff. Did Willy Adames have a better year? Nah, man. Willy Adames has been kind of mid. I mean, mid is even generous. He's been kind of bad. Bryce Eldridge had 14 home runs and a 224 average. And then Harry Ford, how did he do over the course of the year? He hit 17 doubles and a 703 OPS. Taking a look at the rotation, Logan Webb finished the year with a 3.66 ERA. The whip came down, which is nice. Birdsong finished with a 4.31, Landon Roop 3.73, Brandon Sproat finished with a 4.52, and then Emerson Hancock finished with a 3.24. Let's get this postseason started though, man. Our first round matchup is against the Cubs in the wild card round. Let's see who wins game 1. We get game 1. And we get game 2, a sweep. And that brings us to the NLDS against our division rival, the Dodgers. This would be so satisfying if we win this series. Here we go. Game 1, L. Game 2, Game 3. Okay, we took one at home. Can we bring this back to LA? Yes, we can. It's going game 5. Couldn't ask for a better matchup. And right off the rip, we have a guy on second with Devers up against the MVP and Cy Young, Shohei Ohtani. 3-2 count. Come on, Devers, come through. He takes a walk. Oh, but Ohtani gets Ramos. Nice pitch. And now it's a 3-2 count with 2 outs against Josh Naylor. The runners are on the move. Oh, that's brutal. And just like that, the Dodgers score 2 in the bottom of the first. Man, they have all the momentum. I'm having deja vu, though. Devers is once again up to the plate with a guy on second. That's not getting over his head. More runners left in scoring position. Once again, we have a chance to score. Harry Ford is at the plate with 2 guys on. Wouldn't this be an electric moment? I mean, dude, Shohei has ice in his veins right now. And then Shohei goes ahead and hits a 3-run home run. That's why he's MVP and Cy Young this year. And now 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th. The Dodgers are up by 6. Harry Ford is going to ground out to second base. And that is the end of year 2 for the Giants. Lost the division by 1 game to the Dodgers. Ended up losing to them in the playoffs. That's the thing, man. I can add all of these players. I can make all of these moves, sign these free agents. But when you're in the National League, the reality is you're going to have to go through this Dodgers team. And the Dodgers go on to win it all against the A's. I didn't realize the A's were making a run. Yeah, they took the Tigers to a Game 7 to get to the World Series. Now, the big free agents here in this next offseason, you've got Tarek Skubal. He is going to get paid, but not by me. I do not need another massive contract on the books, and I really don't think I need to do anything crazy here. I think this is an offseason where I can kind of take it easy with who I have. Once again, we're trusting the process with Bryce Eldridge. I am kind of getting worried about Willy Adames, though. I'm not gonna lie. Him not hitting very well is definitely frustrating, especially with him making $26 million a year. And as far as shortstops on the market, we have like JP Crawford, who, I mean, hey, had a better year than Willy Adames had. His last 2 seasons have been better than Willy Adames' last 2 seasons. Outside of him, though, it's like Garrett Hampson, Arcia. I mean, yeah, none of these guys are going to get any money from me. But yeah, this is not going to be a sign of big free agent offseason, I don't think. Oh, wow, the Tigers got Justin Steele from the Cubs. They traded Jackson Jobe and Kerry Carpenter. Freddie Peralta signs with the Brewers. Luzardo also signs with the Brewers. Cody Bellinger goes to the Mets. Nico Horner ends up signing with the Rays. Jazz goes back to the Yankees. There's the Tarek Skubal signing, 9 years to the Mariners, $350 million. Now, I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. I didn't do anything in the offseason. I didn't sign anybody. I didn't make any trades. I didn't feel like there was anything I needed to do that would make my team better right then, especially with how everything looks right now in this organization. I have a ton of prospects in the top 100, starting it off with Billy Reyes at number 21, Domingo Marquez and Luis Herrera there at 24 and 25. So that's 3 in the top 25. Then I have Travis Fuqua at number 32 and Joe Lara at number 42. So that's 5 prospects in the top 50. Then we've got Harold Griffin at number 64, Daryl Rausch at number 77, So yeah, dude, I got 7 prospects in the top 100. The lineup is looking the same as last season. The rotation is looking the same. The only player that's on a contract year is Camilo Doval, and I'm probably going to give him a contract extension after the deadline, assuming he continues to pitch well, because he's 29 and he has been so reliable as a reliever for me. Well, let's get year 3 underway. All right, it's year 3, and in this draft, I can already tell you it's probably going to be another pitcher-heavy draft. Juan Escalera, I think, could be pretty good. A 6'5" lefty. We got Fernando Chavez, an 18-year-old right-handed pitcher out of the Dominican Republic who throws very hard. We got Diego Beltran, another pitcher who throws hard. This guy's out of Venezuela. And as far as hitters, I see Hollis Herring, a guy who has good power at first base. And I see Rafael Diaz, a guy that has good contact, good vision and discipline, and is a decent fielder in the outfield. But I'm all the way at the 26th pick this time, so there's a chance that none of these guys are on the board by the time I pick. The number 1 overall pick for the Pirates is Thomas Ono. I'm just really, seeing if any of my picks get taken here. Number 2, Dane Fenner. And the number 3 pick goes to Jack Hardy. Let's see if any of my guys are available. Okay, so almost all of my guys are available, minus the first baseman. Who was it? Hollis Herring. Yeah, he signed with the Washington Nationals, or got drafted by the Nationals. Okay, so do I go with Juan Escalera? Do I go with Fernando Chavez? Honestly, I don't really know. I feel like I'll probably just go in order. Let's go with Juan Escalera. He's going to be my first round pick of this 2027 draft. And now for my next pick, I have both Fernando Chavez and Diego Beltran available. Unfortunately, the hitter that I had is gone, so I'll just go ahead and draft Fernando Chavez next. And for my next pick, I'm going to go with Ton Petty. Very interesting looking guy. Welcome to the Giants, man. Jacob Shaw is a guy that I have scouted to 100%. He doesn't look like he's going to be the best hitter in the world, but I feel like it's worth a pick on him. Why not? I'll take another outfielder now. Let's go with Sito Yamazaki, a 21-year-old left-handed center fielder from Japan. Let's go with Joe Dale. So that's the draft. And now that we're right about at the trade deadline, you can see that we're 13.5 out of the division. We're only 2 games over 500. We're 4.5 out of that last wild card spot, dude. Looking at the lineup, I mean, it looks good. Devers is having another killer year. Ramos is hitting well enough. Josh Naylor, 20 home runs. Willie Adames, though, man, hitting 183. What is it with this guy? Bryce Eldridge and Harry Ford are both having solid years. As far as the rotation, Logan Webb looks like he's doing well. Hayden Birdsong apparently has an ERA over 6 out of nowhere. Landon Roop's pitching well. Brandon Sproat is kind of doing what we've expected him to do, that mid-4 ERA. Emerson Hancock's been pitching well, a 3.64 ERA. I mean, dude, what if I called up Joe Lara, my first round pick from the 2025 draft? At AAA, he's thrown 109 innings with a 2.81 ERA with 92 strikeouts. It might be worth it giving him the call and moving Birdsong to the bullpen right now. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. And as far as Willie Adames and like the shortstops out there that are available, I mean, there's just not a lot that like make any sort of real life sense. I mean, there is Jeremy Pena on the Astros. He's got 25 doubles and 15 home runs this year with a 725 OPS. The thing is, he is going to be a free agent after this season, and he's probably going to want a decent contract. Looking at the suggestion that the Astros are giving me, they just want Brett Wisely and Trevor McDonald. I couldn't care less about moving on from Brett Wisely, dude. And then Trevor McDonald is a minor league pitcher who's just chilling at AAA, having a good year at AAA. And this would give me half a season of Jeremy Pena. And dude, I'm trying to get back in the playoffs, and Willie Adames is not cutting it. Screw it. These are 2 players that I don't care about. I'm going to go ahead and offer that trade. I'm going to get Jeremy Pena. So Willie Adames is going to be riding the bench for a little bit while we put Jeremy Pena in the lineup. And I'm also going to try to offer this extension to Doval, 3 years, 20 mil. Increase the salary. We can continue. How about 3 years, 21? No, I guess not. 3 years, 22? Maybe not. 3 years, 23. There we go. Okay. We extended our best reliever. All right, man. Hopefully the trade with Jeremy Pena is going to turn things around, but let's check out our draft picks. Oh my God. Juan Escalera and Fernando Chavez, both over 90 overalls. I had the 4 blue players in the last draft, but none of those guys reached 90 overall. I have 2 of them in one draft now. Looking at some of the guys I had on my board, Hollis Herring turned out to be an 85, so it was a blessing I missed out on him. Oh, I just realized the Rockies got a 99 potential guy. They got a true generational talent. That's nice for the division. All right, so season is over. The Dodgers ran away with the division, but we were able to sneak into the playoffs and get that second wild card spot, which is huge. Tyler Fitzgerald has just been a rock at the top of this lineup. Jung-Hoo Lee is up to an 87 overall. He hit 22 bombs. Devers hit 39. Plus, he had 30 doubles, 102 runs batted in, 865 OPS, man. We just know what Devers is going to do. Jeremy Pena finished the year with 39 doubles, 21 home runs, a 444 slugging, and a 761 OPS. A major improvement on Willy Adames. Bryce Eldridge had a pretty good year, man. 22 homers, 739 OPS. Year 2 for Harry Ford was better, a 746 OPS, 17 homers, 28 doubles. Joe Lara, man, 11 starts, a sub-4 ERA. I mean, that's better than what Brandon Sproat has been doing, man. The dude's got an ERA over 5. It's going up. Great year for Logan Webb, though, man. 2.83 ERA. As far as awards this year, Shohei Ohtani won another MVP. Rafael Devers did finish in the top 3. In the AL, it went to Brent Rooker, a 38 home run season. Cy Young went to Shane McClanahan in the AL with Jesus Luzardo in the NL. Damn, 2 out of these 3 guys are the dudes the Brewers signed this past offseason. Rookie of the year goes to Pete Suter from the D-backs and Matthew Lugo from the Angels. Yeah! But now it's about to get interesting as we are about to face the Brewers in the wild card round, and we know they have a pretty damn good pitching staff. So here we go. Game 1, we actually win 8-4. Logan Webb outpitched Freddie Peralta. Game 2, a sweep. And we are once again matching up with the Dodgers. Don't do this to me again. Let's win game 1. Let's win on the road this time. Nope, just like last time. Hey, we did win game 2. Okay, so we took one in Dodger Stadium. Game 3. Oh my God. Oh my God, let's go! We're heading to the NLCS to take on the Cincinnati Reds. And would you look at that, bro? In Game 4, Jeremy Pena drove in 3 runs. Our trade deadline acquisition helped push us into the next round. Okay, though, NLCS time. Game 1 against Cincinnati, we lose on the road. Game 2, just like the NLDS, we steal one. Game 3. Ooh, 2-2. We are 1 win away from a World Series. We're going to have to do it on the road here in Game 6. Jung-Hoo Lee has a home run in the first inning. Ramos has a home run in the first inning. What a way to get this started, dude. Devers. 3 solo shots here. Okay. The Reds get one back. Kind of threatening right there. Okay, way to get out of it. Oh. Oh, I saw that coming, dude. Steven Kwan double. Okay, we still have the lead. Okay, Devers double. Ramos double. Yes! Knocks the starter out of the game. Oh my God, we got to jump in here. Now there are 2 guys on with Josh Naylor at the plate. Josh Naylor the other way. Bro, how come every time I watch this guy, he hits the ball hard and it's always caught? And that brings up Jeremy Pena. Dude, if he comes through here, I might have to give him a contract in the offseason. I might have to. I mean, he's been kind of a hero so far. That's 5-2. Come on, Harry Ford, your turn. Never mind. Eldridge. And now we are 1 out away. Camilo Doval on the mound, the guy that I extended on a 3-year contract. And he is going to get Spencer Steer to ground out to Josh Naylor. And the Giants are heading back to the World Series. Oh, man, I love the way this is coming together, bro. Jeremy Pena coming through. Bryce Eldridge hitting a home run. Rafael Devers hitting a home run. Jung-Hoo Lee with a home run. The pitching staff showed out, and we're going to the World Series. Guys, I didn't really look at the other side of the bracket, but we are in the World Series and we're facing the Boston Red Sox. The entire reason this video has been made is because of the trade with Rafael Devers from the Red Sox. And now these 2 teams are facing each other in the World Series 2 years later. Have any of the major players from that trade made an impact at the major league level? Kyle Harrison is up to an 81 overall. He's been fine, kind of just like a 4 ERA guy. Did James Tibbs ever get called up? I mean, I don't I don't even see him anywhere. Oh, that's why I don't see him anywhere. He's in the A's organization. When did this trade happen? Has he even played at the major leagues? He's got 7 games. 25 at-bats at the major league level. And obviously, Jordan Hicks is nowhere to be found on this team. I don't know where Jose Bayo is, so Kyle Harrison is the last guy remaining on the Red Sox from this trade. But dude, we're really about to find out who won the Devers trade right now. Oh man, this is gonna be crazy. All right, game 1 is at home. The Giants do have home field advantage in this series. Game 1 goes to the Red Sox. Game 2 also goes to the Red Sox. Game 3, okay, we answer back on the road. It's 3-1. It's 3-2. Gotta jump into game 6 here, man. And right off the rip, it's bases loaded, 2 outs. Roman Anthony at the plate. Brandon Sproat on the mound. We really have Brandon Sproat attempting to keep the season alive. Also, why are the Red Sox wearing white? Am I missing something? Swing and a miss. Yes. Oh, but great. Now it's bases loaded, but this time there's nobody out in the 2nd inning. That's a big-time pop-up. Christian Campbell, dude, a double play could get out of this. Come on. That'll probably get the run in. We'll see, though. We'll see what type of arm Ramos has right here. That's a good throw. Oh, never mind. No, it's not. That was completely offline. Hopefully he can just get out of it. Oh, my God. His base is loaded again. Okay, he strikes him out. Josh Naylor, 2-run home run. The Giants are ahead. And now Harry Ford has a chance to add to this lead. Fitzgerald has been reliable. Yes. Maybe not. Now Harry Ford wants to do something when I'm not watching. He hits a 3-run home run to make it 5-1. Abreu answers back with a solo shot. Okay, 5-2. Okay, Harry. Dude casually has a 2-homer, 5 RBI game, but only does it when I'm simulating. But hey, with this 5-run lead, we're just 1 out away from forcing Game 7 back here in Seattle. Eldridge? Oh, that would have been sick. Yeah, you got to go with Doval here. You just got to close the door. You got to finish the job. 3-2 count. Just get him. Just go right after him. Come on. This is not good, especially because Willier already has a home run in this game. Ball 4, first base. Oh my God, he walked him. It's really about to be Roman Anthony with the bases loaded. Dude, forcing Game 7 is on the line. Come on, Doval. There you go. Please, man. Please. Yes! Oh my God, dude. That wasn't easy. But we are really about to see Game 7 between Rafael Devers and the Giants and the Boston Red Sox. It's time for Game 7 of the World Series. Logan Webb is on the... It's all good. Just 1 run. Jeremy Pena triple. Oh my God. Bryce Eldridge. You gotta drive him in, man. That'll do the job. We are tied in Game 7. Don't let them do anything. Come on. That's 2nd. Runner thrown out. Oh my God. Bottom 7, man. This is still a 1-1 game. You could not imagine a more intense Game 7 of the World Series. Okay, hold on. Narvaez is up. Double play. Pete Fairbanks is in. Jeremy Pena single. Bryce Eldridge strikeout. Harry Ford out. Oh my God. It's really 1-1 in the 9th inning of Game 7. Come on. Duran out. Campbell. I mean, we got to jump in here. Okay. That's 1. No way this happens, bro. There's no way scenario in my head is about to play out here. Devers. That's going to be a double. He's going to be the winning run out there at 2nd base. Surprised they're not actually going to pinch run for Devers. Ball 4. 2 guys on now. Oh my God, Naylor. Oh my God, no you didn't. Oh, this is so stressful. There's no reason watching a video game should be this stressful, dude. What the hell are we swinging at? That ball is on its way to hit you in the knees and you're offering at it? Come on. Do not let them take the lead after that. Do not let that happen. Abreu, pinch runner, stolen base. Anthony strikes out. Jeremy Pena, strikeout. Eldridge. Bryce Eldridge walks. Gotta see what Harry Ford can do. Although every time I watch him, he sucks. I should have just simulated. Yep. We're going to the 11th. Duvall's in the game. That's 1. 2. The dream is still alive. I mean, he swung at ball 4. He kind of got lucky, but he's on base. And once again, here comes Devers. Full count. I don't even know what to say. You can't ask for a better pitch to hit. Okay. Josh Naylor can redeem himself right now. Thought he was going to go to third for a second. First and second. Here we go. Dude, I can't with these strikeouts. 2 on for Anthony. Bases loaded. Pitching change. Josh Spores strikes him out. I'm simulating here. Pena. Ground out. Eldridge. Fly out. Harry Ford out. Dude, we're on to the 13th inning. In game 7, bro. This is nuts. They went 1, 2, 3. Fitzgerald. Fly out. Jung-Hoo Lee. Ground out. I am watching every time Devers has a chance to win the game, though. Why? Why do I watch? Why do I want to look at it? Another 1, 2, 3 inning, man. Shout out to the freaking bullpen. There it is. The Giants have won the World Series. It came off a Pena RBI triple. My trade deadline move, picking up Jeremy Pena to replace Willy Adames' terrible offense, ended up being the difference in game 7 of the World Series, dude. Man, that was a hard game to watch. Those strikeouts were just brutal. But at the end of the day, it all worked out. The Giants are World Series champions with Rafael Devers. I mean, dude, that was one of the most unreal games I've watched in MLB The Show, like, ever. Game 7 of the World Series going to what, the 13th, 14th inning? Rafael Devers wins World Series MVP. No, he doesn't. You cannot tell me that Jeremy Pena hitting 2 triples in Game 7 of the World Series doesn't deserve his 2nd career World Series MVP. You just can't convince me. Trust me, I would love for Devers to truly deserve this World Series MVP, considering this entire video is because of him, but you can't not give it to Pena. You just can't. So I accomplished my goal. I won the World Series within 5 seasons with the Giants, but I've been doing so much work setting this team up for long-term success. I kind of wanted to see just how successful they were gonna be. So I decided to go through one more season, and the first order of business was signing Jeremy Pena to a contract. He did end up accepting my offer. I just had to bring him back after that special run in October. Now the issue was I was paying him and I was paying Willy Adames still. And I really wanted to find a way to get Willy Adames' contract out of there. I was just tired of thinking about it. Plus, it's also Logan Webb's final year on his contract. His regression started hitting as well, so I wanted to have some flexibility with some money in the next offseason, and getting rid of Willy Adames' contract was going to be a huge key to that. So I was able to package him in a deal with Hayden Birdsong, a guy who's already pitched at the major league level with some success, and he has a few years of control, along with Harold Griffin, who was one of the good pitching prospects I got from one of the recent drafts. I was able to send these guys over to the Minnesota Twins to get Royce Lewis. It was the final year of his contract, so it kind of worked as a rental, just like Jeremy Pena last season. And getting rid of those 2 pitchers in that trade really didn't matter to me all that much, because I got another 2 really good pitching prospects in the draft. I don't know why it's so much easier to draft pitchers in MLB The Show than it is hitters. But now, getting to the end of the season, we were able to get into the postseason again as a wild card. We were able to get past the Dodgers again, this time in the wild card round. In the division series, we would get past the Washington Nationals, but unfortunately, this season would come to a close against the Milwaukee Brewers in the NLCS. So no back-to-back World Series titles, but still making it back to the NLCS, the infield core is still there. There's so many good young starting pitchers in this organization now. I could move some of those guys for more offensive talent. In the next drafts, maybe I focus more on getting really good offensive players. But at the end of the day, I'm really happy with how this Giants rebuild turned out. It all started with the Rafael Devers trade, and now I think I have built this team well enough to be a perennial championship contender.